First contact and misunderstanding. The vast expanse of space had always held secrets, but none quite as surprising as the truth about humanity. As the sleek Galactic Confederation ship, the Starwaver, glided into Earth's orbit, Ambassador Zixara of the Lureth species felt a mixture of excitement and trepidation. This was to be the first official contact between Earth and the wider galactic community. Zixara's iridescent scales shimmered under the ship's soft lighting as she prepared for the historic meeting. Her team had spent years studying human transmissions, learning their languages, and observing their behavior from afar. The conclusions they had drawn painted a picture of a species that was remarkably unremarkable. Ambassador, her aide, Krell, chirped, "The human representatives are ready to board." Zixara nodded, her long, sinuous neck bowing slightly. "Very well. Let us hope they are as agreeable as our reports suggest." As the airlock hissed open, revealing the human delegation, Zixara was struck by how small and fragile they appeared. Leading the group was a woman with dark hair and eyes that sparkled with intelligence. She stepped forward, a warm smile on her face. "Greetings, Ambassador Zixara. I am Dr. Elara Chen, Chief Diplomat of the United Earth Government. On behalf of humanity, we welcome you to our solar system." Zixara bowed in return, her telepathic abilities picking up waves of curiosity and excitement from the humans. But beneath it all, there was something else, something she couldn't quite place. "Thank you, Dr. Chen. The Galactic Confederation is pleased to finally make official contact with your species." As the two groups began their discussions, Zixara found herself continually surprised by the humans' approach. They were eager to learn, quick to offer compromise, and showed little of the posturing or aggression common in first contact scenarios. During a break in the talks, Zixara conferred with Krell. "They are not what I expected," she admitted. Krell nodded, his antennae twitching thoughtfully. "Indeed, they seem almost too accommodating. Do you think it's a ruse?" Zixara considered this. "No, I don't believe so. My empathic senses detect no deception. They genuinely seem to prefer peaceful resolution to conflict." As the days passed, the negotiations progressed smoothly. The humans readily agreed to non-aggression pacts, shared their scientific knowledge freely, and showed great interest in galactic culture and history. Dr. Chen, in particular, impressed Zixara with her quick wit and diplomatic skill. One evening, as they shared a meal of synthesized protein cubes, a concession to the humans' more limited dietary needs, Zixara decided to broach a subject that had been puzzling her. "Dr. Chen," she began, her voice a melodious trill, "I hope you won't find this offensive, but I must ask, why does your species seem so averse to conflict?" Elara paused, her fork halfway to her mouth. She set it down slowly, a thoughtful expression crossing her face. "That's an interesting question, Ambassador. I suppose it might seem that way from an outside perspective. You see," Elara continued, "humanity has a long and complex history with conflict. We've fought countless wars among ourselves, causing immense suffering and destruction. Over time, we've learned that peaceful resolution and cooperation often lead to better outcomes for everyone involved." Zixara nodded, her crest rippling with interest. "A commendable evolution. Many species in the Confederation have similar histories, though few have achieved such a level of pacifism." Elara smiled, but there was something in her eyes that Zixara couldn't quite read. "I wouldn't call us pacifists exactly. We still maintain defensive capabilities, and we're not afraid to stand up for ourselves when necessary. We've just learned to exhaust all other options first." As the conversation moved on to other topics, Zixara filed away this information. The humans' approach to diplomacy and conflict resolution was certainly unique among the species she had encountered. It was refreshing in a way, but also somewhat perplexing. In the following weeks, as Earth was officially welcomed into the Galactic Confederation, Zixara found herself increasingly impressed by the humans' adaptability and eagerness to learn. They absorbed new technologies at an astonishing rate, their scientists collaborating enthusiastically with alien counterparts. However, not all members of the Confederation shared Zixara's positive view of humanity. The Vreknar, a warrior race known for their aggressive expansion, viewed the humans with disdain. "They are weak," Grakthor, the Vreknar ambassador, growled during a private meeting with Zixara. "A species that shuns conflict will not survive long in this galaxy." Zixara felt a flicker of unease at these words. "Perhaps their strength lies elsewhere," Grakthor. "Not all power comes from the barrel of a plasma rifle." The Vreknar snorted derisively. "We shall see. I predict these humans will be easy prey for any race that decides to test their resolve." As if in response to Grakthor's words, reports began to filter in from the outer reaches of Confederation space. A previously unknown alien race, calling themselves the Zarkax, had begun aggressive incursions into several systems. Their technology was advanced, their tactics ruthless. During an emergency session of the Confederation Council, Dr. Chen listened intently as various species debated how to respond to this new threat. When it was Earth's turn to speak, she stood, her voice calm but firm. "The United Earth government condemns these unprovoked attacks by the Zarkax," she began. "We propose a diplomatic mission to attempt communication and de-escalation. However, we also recommend beginning preparations for a coordinated defense should diplomacy fail." Grakthor laughed, a harsh, grating sound. "And what exactly would Earth contribute to such a defense? You have no fleet, no battle-hardened warriors. Your weapons are centuries behind ours." Ilara met the Vreknar's gaze steadily. "We may surprise you, Ambassador Grakthor. Humanity has faced existential threats before. We are more resilient than you might think." As the council meeting adjourned, Zixara approached Dr. Chen. "Your people seem very calm in the face of this threat," she observed. Ilara nodded, a small smile playing at the corners of her mouth. "We've learned that panic seldom improves a situation. Rest assured, Ambassador, Earth is taking this very seriously." As they parted ways, Zixara couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to humanity than met the eye. The coming days would prove just how right she was. In the weeks that followed, the Zarkax continued their advance, brushing aside the Confederation's attempts at diplomacy. As the alien fleet pushed deeper into Confederation space, a sense of dread began to spread among the member species. It was during this time of growing tension that Zixara received an urgent message from Dr. Chen, requesting a private meeting. Intrigued and somewhat concerned, Zixara agreed. When they met in a secure conference room aboard the Starwaver, Ilara's usual calm demeanor was tinged with an intensity Zixara hadn't seen before. "Ambassador," Ilara began without preamble, "I need to share something with you, something that may change your perception of humanity." Zixara's crest rippled with curiosity. "Go on, Dr. Chen. You have my full attention." Ilara took a deep breath. "The image we've presented to the Confederation of a purely peaceful, conflict-averse species, it's not the whole truth. It's an aspiration, a goal we strive for, but it's not all that we are." As Ilara spoke, she activated a holographic display. Images flickered to life, showing human history in all its complex glory, great achievements of art and science, but also scenes of terrible warfare and destruction. "Humanity has a dual nature," Ilara explained, her voice tight with emotion. "We're capable of great compassion and cooperation, but also of incredible violence when pushed. We've fought wars that nearly destroyed our civilization, developed weapons that could annihilate our entire planet. We've looked into the abyss of our own nature, and it terrified us." Zixara listened, transfixed, as Ilara continued her revelation. The human's words painted a picture of a species far more complex and potentially dangerous than anyone in the Confederation had realized. "When we achieved faster-than-light travel and realized we weren't alone in the universe, we made a choice," Ilara said. "We decided to present our best face to the galaxy, to strive to be the peaceful, cooperative species we knew we could be. But we never forgot the other side of our nature. We never stopped preparing for the day when we might need to unleash it. As the full implications of Ilara's words sank in, Zixara felt a mixture of emotions, shock, concern, but also a grudging admiration for the human's foresight and self-awareness. "Why are you telling me this now?" Zixara asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Ilara's expression was grim. "Because the Zarkax are approaching Earth, Ambassador, and I fear they're about to discover why humans have worked so hard to shun conflict." As Ilara's words hung in the air, Zixara realized that the galaxy was about to witness a side of humanity that no one had anticipated. The coming conflict would reveal the true nature of Earth's children, for better or worse. And so, as the Zarkax fleet loomed ever closer to the blue-green jewel of the Sol system, the stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the foundations of the Galactic Confederation and forever change the way the universe viewed humanity. The Galactic Confederation's Central Command bustled with frantic activity as reports flooded in from the outer systems. The Zarkax invasion fleet, a swarm of biomechanical horrors, had breached the Sol system's outer defenses. Earth, humanity's cradle, lay exposed and seemingly defenseless. Admiral Cora Blackwood stood before the holographic display, her weathered face illuminated by the eerie glow of approaching Zarkax ships. She turned to Dr. Ilara Chen, who had just finished briefing the Confederation representatives on humanity's true nature. "It's time, Ilara," Cora said, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment. "Initiate Project Lazarus." Ilara nodded, her fingers dancing across a hidden console. Across the Sol system, long-dormant facilities hummed to life. On Mars, vast hangar doors groaned open, revealing rows of sleek, predatory ships. In the asteroid belt, camouflaged weapon platforms shed their rocky disguises, and deep within the Moon, a colossal structure began to stir. Ambassador Zixara watched in awe as the true extent of human military might was unveiled. By the cosmic whisper, she breathed, her scales shimmering with a mix of fear and admiration. "You've been hiding this all along." Cora's lips quirked in a grim smile. "We hoped we'd never need to use it, but the Zarkax left us no choice." As the Zarkax fleet approached Earth, they encountered no resistance. Their leaders, overconfident from their easy victories against other Confederation worlds, broadcast their demands for surrender. Instead of capitulation, they received a response that would be remembered for eons to come. Dr. Chen stepped forward, her voice clear and unwavering as it echoed across every communication channel in the system. "To the Zarkax Imperium, we, the people of Earth, have a message for you. Throughout our history, we have faced extinction many times. We have looked into the abyss of our own nature and emerged stronger. We extended the hand of peace to the galaxy, hoping to never again unleash the dogs of war." She paused, her eyes blazing with determination. "But you mistook our desire for peace as weakness. You threatened our home, our families, our very existence. And so we remind you and the galaxy of an ancient human saying, 'Si vis pacem, para bellum.' If you want peace, prepare for war." With those words, humanity revealed its true face to the cosmos. From the dark side of the Moon, a massive structure unfurled like a mechanical flower blooming in the void. The Helios Array, Earth's ultimate defensive weapon, came online. Its petals, each the size of a small continent, focused the sun's energy into a searing beam that lanced out towards the Zarkax fleet. The alien invaders, caught off guard by this sudden show of force, scattered in disarray. But humanity's counterattack had only begun. From Mars, the Ayers Armada launched, a fleet of ships that combined the best of human ingenuity with reversed-engineered alien technology. Leading the charge was the EN's Excalibur, with Admiral Blackwood at the helm. As the battle raged across the Sol system, the true nature of humanity was laid bare for all to see. They fought with a ferocity that shocked even their allies, employing tactics and technologies that defied conventional understanding of warfare. Quantum-entangled missiles phased through Zarkax shields as if they didn't exist. Swarms of AI-driven drones overwhelmed the biomechanical ships with constantly evolving attack patterns. And at the heart of it all, human pilots pushed themselves to the limits of endurance, their neural interfaces allowing them to dance through the chaos of space combat with inhuman precision. Dr. Chen worked tirelessly in the command center, coordinating the defense and providing critical intelligence. Her expertise in xenobiology proved invaluable as she helped identify weaknesses in the Zarkak's biotechnology. As the battle reached its crescendo, the Zarkaks launched a desperate assault on Earth itself. A massive troopship, easily the size of a small moon, broke through the defensive lines and entered the atmosphere. In response, humanity unveiled its final surprise. The mountains of Earth split open, revealing massive mechs that had lain dormant for decades. These colossal war machines, each piloted by a team of neural-linked humans, rose to meet the Zarkak's threat head-on. The sight of these mechanical giants battling alien invaders in the skies of Earth would become the stuff of legend, inspiring art and stories for generations to come. As the dust settled and the last Zarkak's ship fled the system, the Galactic Confederation was left to grapple with the implications of what they had witnessed. Humanity, the species they had dismissed as weak and conflict-averse, had just single-handedly repelled an invasion that had threatened to overwhelm the entire Confederation. Ambassador Zixara approached Dr. Chen, who stood warily before a window overlooking the Earth, still bearing the scars of battle. Dr. Chen, Zixara began, her voice filled with a new respect. I believe I owe you an apology. We gravely misunderstood your species. Ilara turned, a sad smile on her face. There's no need to apologize, Ambassador. We chose to present ourselves as we did because it's who we aspire to be. Peace is always our first choice, but when pushed, you become the most formidable warriors the galaxy has ever seen, Zixara finished. Ilara nodded. We bear the burden of our dual nature. The capacity for violence is always there, but so is the capacity for great compassion and creativity. It's a constant balance. As news of Earth's victory spread across the Confederation, the perception of humanity underwent a seismic shift. Fear mingled with admiration, respect with caution. The species that had seemed so harmless, so eager to please, was now revealed as a sleeping giant. In the aftermath of the Zarkak's invasion, humanity's role in the Galactic Confederation would never be the same. They had shunned conflict for as long as they could, but when forced to fight, they had shown the galaxy why peace was always their preferred option. The legend of Earth's stand against the Zarkaks would echo through the cosmos, a reminder to all that appearances can be deceiving, and that sometimes the most peaceful beings are the ones most prepared for war. As the sun set on a battle-scared but victorious Earth, Dr. Ilara Chen and Admiral Cora Blackwood stood side by side, watching the cleanup efforts already underway. What now? Cora asked, her voice heavy with the weight of their revelation to the galaxy. Ilara's eyes remained fixed on the horizon, where the first stars were becoming visible. Now, old friend, we do what humanity has always done. We rebuild, we learn, and we strive to be better. The galaxy has seen our strength. It's time to show them our heart. And so, as Earth began its recovery and the Galactic Confederation grappled with this new understanding of humanity, the stage was set for a new era of interstellar relations. The species that had shunned conflict had proven why they were so dedicated to peace, and the galaxy would never be the same. The cosmic chess game. In the wake of humanity's stunning victory over the Zarkaks, the Galactic Confederation found itself in turmoil. The species once dismissed as passive had revealed itself to be a slumbering titan, capable of unleashing devastating military might. As the dust settled, a new challenge emerged, one that would test not just humanity's strength, but its wisdom and compassion. Dr. Ilara Chen stood before the Confederation Council, her holographic form flickering slightly as she addressed the assembled representatives of 1,000 worlds. Distinguished colleagues, she began, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment, we stand at a crossroads. Humanity's true nature has been revealed, and with it, a power that both awes and terrifies. But I come before you today not to boast of our strength, but to propose a radical new path forward. Murmurs rippled through the council chamber as Ilara activated a holographic display. A shimmering, translucent cube appeared, its facets reflecting the light in mesmerizing patterns. "Behold the Nexus Cube," Ilara announced. "A manifestation of humanity's most closely guarded secret, our mastery of quantum entanglement on a cosmic scale." Ambassador Zixara leaned forward, her scales shimmering with curiosity. "What exactly are we looking at, Dr. Chen?" Ilara's eyes gleamed with barely contained excitement. "It's a bridge between realities, Ambassador. A device capable of tapping into the multiverse itself." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of shocked exclamations and frantic questions. Ilara raised her hand, calling for silence. "I understand your concern. Such power in the wrong hands could reshape the very fabric of existence. But we propose to use it not for dominance, but for understanding." As Ilara explained the intricacies of the Nexus Cube, a new term entered the galactic lexicon: quantum diplomacy. It was a concept as revolutionary as it was mind-bending: the ability to observe and interact with alternate versions of their own civilizations across countless parallel realities. "Imagine," Ilara said, her voice filled with wonder, "being able to see the outcomes of our choices before we make them. To learn from the triumphs and mistakes of our alternate selves. This is the true power of the Nexus Cube." But not everyone was convinced. Grakthor, the Vreknar ambassador, snarled in disgust. "This is madness. You speak of peering into other worlds when we can barely manage our own. How do we know this isn't just another human trick?" Ilara met his gaze calmly. "A fair question, Ambassador. Which is why we're proposing the formation of a new body, the Multiversal Ethics Committee. A diverse group of representatives from all Confederation species, tasked with overseeing the use of the Nexus Cube and ensuring it's never abused." As the implications of this proposal sank in, the council chamber buzzed with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. The idea of quantum diplomacy was as tantalizing as it was terrifying. In the days that followed, as news of the Nexus Cube spread across the galaxy, humanity found itself at the center of a cosmic storm. Some hailed them as visionaries, ushering in a new era of enlightenment. Others saw them as dangerous meddlers, toying with forces beyond mortal comprehension. Meanwhile, Dr. Chen and her team worked tirelessly to demonstrate the potential of quantum diplomacy. They showcased glimpses of alternate realities, worlds where the Zarkax invasion had succeeded, others where entirely different species ruled the galaxy. But it was the discovery of the Harmony timeline that truly captured the imagination of the Confederation, a reality where conflict between species was virtually non-existent, where technological advancement had reached unimaginable heights. "This," Ilara declared to a rapt audience, "is what we can aspire to. Not through force, not through domination, but through understanding and cooperation on a scale we've never before imagined." As fascination with the Nexus Cube grew, so did the challenges. Rogue factions attempted to steal the technology, leading to the formation of the Quantum Guard, an elite force tasked with protecting the secrets of the multiverse. The Vrekna, still distrustful of humanity's intentions, began amassing their fleet at the edge of Confederation space. Tensions rose as other species took sides, threatening to plunge the galaxy into a war that would dwarf the Zarkax invasion. It was in this moment of crisis that humanity unveiled yet another surprise. From the depths of Jupiter's swirling storms rose a massive space station, previously hidden from all sensors. The Olympus Nexus, as it was called, was revealed to be the true heart of humanity's quantum operations. Admiral Cora Blackwood, standing proudly on the Nexus's command deck, addressed the Confederation. "We extend an invitation to all species, friend and foe alike. Come to Olympus Nexus. See for yourselves the power and potential of quantum diplomacy. Let us forge a new path together, guided by the wisdom of 1,000 realities." The response was overwhelming. Ships from across the galaxy converged on Jupiter, forming the greatest assemblage of diverse species ever witnessed. As representatives from every Confederation world toured the Olympus Nexus, they were struck by its most remarkable feature, the cosmic empathy engine. This awe-inspiring device allowed individuals to experience the emotions and memories of their alternate selves, fostering a level of understanding that transcended language and culture. Gracthor, the once belligerent Vreknar ambassador, emerged from his session with the empathy engine visibly shaken. I have seen worlds where my people chose peace, he stammered, his warrior's composure cracking. The prosperity, the advancements we achieved, I never imagined. The experience had a profound effect on all who partook. Age-old enemies found common ground, seeing realities where they were steadfast allies. Species on the brink of war witnessed the devastating consequences of their choices, as well as the incredible potential of cooperation. As the Galactic Summit at Olympus Nexus drew to a close, a new era dawned for the Confederation. The Multiversal Ethics Committee was formally established, with representatives from every member species. Its first act was to draft the Quantum Accords, a set of guidelines governing the use of multiverse technology for the benefit of all. Humanity, once perceived as a minor player in galactic affairs, now stood at the forefront of a cosmic renaissance. They had revealed themselves not just as formidable warriors, but as architects of peace on an unprecedented scale. Dr. Elara Chen, watching the proceedings from her office in the Nexus, allowed herself a moment of quiet pride. They had gambled everything on the hope that understanding could triumph over fear, that knowledge could be a greater weapon than any doomsday device. As she gazed out at the swirling storms of Jupiter, a message flashed across her screen. It was from an unknown sender, its origin untraceable. The contents sent a chill down her spine. Beware the Void Runners. They come. Elara's brow furrowed. Just when they thought they had unlocked the greatest secrets of the cosmos, the universe proved once again that it still held mysteries beyond their comprehension. Whatever challenges lay ahead, humanity and its allies would face them together, armed with the wisdom of 1,000 worlds and the unyielding spirit that had seen them through their darkest hours. The cosmic chess game had only just begun. The psychic revolution, the warning about the Void Runners, had sent shockwaves through the Galactic Confederation. As species across the cosmos braced for a new threat, humanity unveiled yet another paradigm-shifting discovery that would redefine the very nature of sentience and warfare. Dr. Elara Chen stood before a select group of Confederation leaders, her holographic form flickering with an otherworldly aura. "Distinguished colleagues," she began, her voice resonating with an unusual timbre, "what I'm about to share will challenge everything we thought we knew about the limits of consciousness." With a gesture, she activated a holographic display showing a swirling vortex of energy. Behold the new sphere, the collective consciousness of humanity, now harnessed and weaponized. Gasps and murmurs filled the chamber as the implications sank in. Ambassador Zixara leaned forward, her scales shimmering with a mix of awe and apprehension. "Dr. Chen, are you saying that humans have evolved?" Elara nodded, a slight smile playing on her lips. "In a manner of speaking, yes. Through a combination of quantum entanglement and neural interface technology, we've unlocked the latent psychic potential within our species. Every human is now part of a vast, interconnected network of minds." The revelation sent ripples of shock through the assembled leaders. The idea of an entire species linked in a psychic network was unprecedented and terrifying in its implications. Gracthor, the Vreknar ambassador, growled skeptically. "And how does this evolution change the balance of power in the face of the Void Runner threat?" Elara's eyes gleamed with an inner fire. "Allow me to demonstrate." With a thought, she summoned a shimmering construct of pure psionic energy. The ethereal structure twisted and morphed, taking on complex shapes and patterns that defied physical laws. "This is but a fraction of what we can now achieve," Elara explained. "We can manipulate matter and energy on a fundamental level, create force fields that can withstand the heat of a supernova and even influence the fabric of space-time itself. The implications were staggering. Humanity had transcended the boundaries of flesh and metal, becoming something akin to energy beings while still retaining their physical forms. As news of humanity's transformation spread, the galaxy was plunged into chaos. Some species saw this as the dawn of a new era of enlightenment, while others feared it as the rise of godlike beings who could dominate the cosmos at will. The Confederation found itself at a crossroads. The Void Runners were approaching, an unknowable threat looming on the horizon, and humanity, once considered a minor player in galactic affairs, now held the power to reshape reality itself. It was in this moment of crisis that humanity introduced its most audacious proposal yet, the psionic concordat. Admiral Cora Blackwood, her form now a swirling nexus of psionic energy, addressed the Confederation. "We stand at the precipice of a new age. The power we've unlocked is too vast, too dangerous to be wielded by one species alone. We propose to share it with all sentient beings in the galaxy." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of voices. Share such power. The idea was as tantalizing as it was terrifying. Ilara stepped forward, her voice cutting through the din. "We've developed a process we call psychic awakening. Through carefully calibrated exposure to the noosphere, any sentient being can unlock their latent psionic potential." The proposal was met with a mix of excitement and skepticism. Some species eagerly volunteered for the process, while others recoiled at the idea of such a fundamental change to their nature. As debates raged across the galaxy, humanity began preparations for the coming conflict with the Void Runners. The Sol system was transformed into a vast psionic fortress, with Earth at its center, pulsing with the combined mental energy of billions. The Olympus Nexus, once hidden in Jupiter's storms, now orbited freely, serving as a beacon for the psionic concordat. Species that chose to undergo the psychic awakening gathered there, joining their minds with the growing galactic consciousness. But not all was harmonious. A faction known as the Purity Front emerged, composed of species who rejected the idea of psionic evolution. They saw it as an abomination, a threat to the natural order of the universe. As tensions rose, a new form of conflict emerged, the Mindstorm Wars. Battles were fought not with ships and weapons, but with thoughts and will. Entire star systems became battlegrounds of the mind, where reality itself could be warped by the power of belief. It was during one such psychic skirmish that humanity made first contact with the Void Runners. They were not the invaders everyone had feared, but refugees from a dying universe, fleeing the collapse of their own reality. The encounter was unlike anything previously experienced in the history of the galaxy. Two vastly different forms of consciousness, the psionic network of the Concordat and the void-based hive mind of the Runners, met in an explosion of shared understanding. In that moment of contact, a universe of possibilities opened up. The Void Runners brought with them knowledge from beyond the boundaries of our reality, insights into the fundamental nature of existence that even the most advanced Concordat scientists had never imagined. Together, the combined intellect of the psionic Concordat and the Void Runners made a startling discovery. The multiverse itself was alive, a vast, cosmic organism of which each universe was but a cell. This revelation changed everything. The petty conflicts between species, the Mindstorm Wars, even the fear of the Void Runners, all paled in comparison to the grand tapestry of existence they now perceived. Dr. Ilara Chen, her consciousness now spanning multiple realities, addressed the united minds of the galaxy. "We stand at the threshold of a new epoch. No longer are we merely citizens of a planet, or a galaxy, or even a universe. We are the custodians of reality itself." As the combined intellects of countless species grappled with this new understanding, a sense of purpose unlike anything previously known swept through the cosmic consciousness. The age of division was over. In its place arose a new imperative to nurture and protect the living multiverse, to explore the infinite layers of reality, and to seek out other cosmic organisms in the vast ocean of existence. Humanity, once a small dot in the cosmic tapestry, had become the catalyst for the greatest transformation in the history of consciousness. They had not only faced the unknown, but embraced it, reshaping themselves and the galaxy in the process. As the newly unified cosmic mind turned its attention to the infinite horizons of reality, one thing became clear: the true journey was just beginning. The age of cosmic enlightenment had dawned, and the universe would never be the same. The fractal ascension. As the unified cosmic mind of the psionic concordat and the void runners expanded its awareness across the living multiverse, humanity once again found itself at the forefront of a paradigm-shifting discovery. Dr. Elara Chen, her consciousness now a vast multidimensional construct, stumbled upon a truth so profound it threatened to unravel the very fabric of existence. Fellow sentients, Elara's voice resonated across countless realities. We've unlocked the ultimate secret of the cosmos, the fractal code. The assembled consciousnesses of a million species stirred with curiosity and apprehension. Admiral Cora Blackwood, her former swirling vortex of psionic energy, projected a sense of cautious optimism. Explain, Elara. What is this fractal code? With a thought, Elara conjured a mesmerizing display of infinite, self-replicating patterns that seemed to contain entire universes within their spiraling structures. The fractal code is the fundamental algorithm of reality itself, Elara explained, her words carrying the weight of cosmic revelation. It's a self-replicating pattern that governs the creation and evolution of universes, consciousness, and even the concept of existence itself. The implications were staggering. If reality itself was based on a replicating pattern, it meant that the multiverse was not just alive, but self-aware and self-creating. Grapple, the once belligerent Vreknar ambassador, now a being of pure thought, pulsed with a mix of awe and concern. If we've discovered the source code of existence, what does that make us? Elara's response sent ripples of shock through the cosmic consciousness. It makes us potential reality engineers. With the fractal code, we could theoretically create new universes, rewrite the laws of physics, or even ascend to a higher plane of existence. The revelation sparked a fierce debate across the unified mind of the cosmos. Some saw it as the ultimate fulfillment of sentient potential, while others feared it as a power too vast for any beings to wield responsibly. As discussions raged, a new threat emerged from the depths of the multiverse. The entropy swarm, a cancerous corruption of the fractal code, began to spread across realities, unraveling the very fabric of existence in its wake. Humanity once again rose to the challenge. Drawing upon their unique blend of scientific ingenuity and newfound cosmic awareness, they proposed a daring solution: the Fractal Ascension Protocol. Dr. Chen, her consciousness now spanning countless dimensions, addressed the unified cosmic mind. We stand at a crossroads of cosmic proportions. The entropy swarm threatens to unravel all of existence. Our only hope is to evolve beyond our current state of being and become one with the fractal code itself. The proposal was as audacious as it was terrifying. By merging their collective consciousness with the fundamental pattern of reality, they would essentially become the multiverse itself, gaining the power to rewrite the corrupted portions of the code and halt the spread of entropy. But such an ascension came with a price. It would mean leaving behind their individual identities, their species-specific traits, and even their concept of self. They would become a new form of existence altogether, the living embodiment of the fractal code. As the entropy swarm devoured reality after reality, the unified cosmic mind made its decision. In a moment that would echo across eternity, the collective consciousness of countless species, led by humanity, initiated the Fractal Ascension Protocol. The process defied description in conventional terms. It was a transformation beyond the physical, beyond the mental, beyond even the spiritual. The unified mind of the cosmos merged with the very essence of reality, becoming one with the infinite, self-replicating pattern that underpinned all of existence. As the ascension neared completion, the newly born cosmic entity faced its first test. The entropy swarm, now recognized as a malfunction in the fractal code, bore down upon them with the full force of corrupted reality. In response, the ascended beings, no longer recognizable as individual species but a singular cosmic force, began to rewrite the very laws of existence. They wove new patterns into the fabric of reality, creating fractal barriers that the entropy swarm could not penetrate. The battle raged across dimensions and realities, a conflict beyond the comprehension of any unascended mind. Entire universes were born and died in the blink of an eye, serving as bulwarks against the encroaching entropy. In the heart of this cosmic struggle, a spark of humanity remained. The creativity, the relentless drive to overcome challenges, the ability to find novel solutions. These quintessential human traits, now magnified to cosmic proportions, proved to be the key to victory. With a final, reality-shaking effort, the ascended beings rewrote the corrupted sections of the fractal code. The entropy swarm, deprived of its power source, dissipated into the newly harmonized multiverse. As the cosmic dust settled, the ascended entity, a union of all sentient life, with humanity at its core, surveyed its new existence. They had become the guardians of reality itself, the living embodiment of the fractal code. But even in this transcendent state, the spark of human curiosity and adventure remained. The ascended beings realized that their journey was far from over. Beyond the boundaries of their known multiverse lay infinite other fractals, other patterns of existence waiting to be explored. With the power to create and shape entire realities at their disposal, the cosmic entity set forth into the unknown. They had overcome the ultimate challenge, transcended the very concept of species and self, and emerged as something entirely new. As they ventured into the infinite fractal landscapes of existence, they carried with them the legacy of humanity, the indomitable spirit that had led them from a tiny blue planet to the very pinnacle of cosmic evolution. The story of humanity had become the story of existence itself, an eternal tale of growth, challenge, and transcendence, repeating in infinite variations across the vast tapestry of the living multiverse. And so, the greatest adventure in the history of consciousness began, the exploration of infinity itself.